Good morning, class. This week we are going to talk about division of fractions. Let's take a look. There's two types of a division. The first one is partitive. The other one is quantitative. And partitive, is how many in each group. For example, you take a 10 divided by 2 equal 5. And actually, you are divided by 10 equally into two groups. So therefore, and then 5 in each group. So for example, I have 10 apples, all right? And then I like to share 2 apples for each people, each children. Then how many apples I can get? So each children can get five apples. And then what about quantitative? And that is looking for how many groups. So for example, I take a 10 divided by 2, so equal 5. So what's the 5 mean? 5 means that, I'm looking for how many 2 are there in 10. So therefore, I'm looking for how many groups. So 5 groups of 2, right? So for example, I have 10 apples. And then I would like to, what's the 2 mean? 2 means each people got 2 apples. So how many people I can get? How many people I can find? So that will be 5, right? Okay, so that is the looking for group, okay? Next. Here is a problem. Jocelyn is painting her house. Each room takes 1/2 a liter of paint. If Jocelyn has 3 liters of paint, how many rooms can she paint? So in this example, we take a 3 divided by 1/2. 3 divided by 1/2. Now 3, this is a 3. Makes sense to you? All right? Yes. And then we have divided by 1/2. This is 1/2. Makes sense to you? Yes. Okay. So now we're going to answer the questions. How many 1/2 are there in 3? All right. We're looking for how many 1/2, how many this much? 1/2. All right. Now we can find in 3, right? How many? So therefore, we can find, we take a 3 divided by 1/2. You can see. Now, the procedurally, you can see we take a 3 over 1 times we invert and multiply 2 over 1. So therefore, procedurally, we have 3 times 2, we got 6. So the answer will be 6 for this, right? We fill in this 6. So how come you have a 3 divided by fraction, you got a 6? Can we find in here? Yes, that's fine enough. Because we were looking for how many 1/2 are there in 3, right? So therefore, we can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So therefore, 6 rooms. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Next problem. Lynn's family is making 3 pizzas for dinner. They have 1/2 a pound of her shredded cheese and put an equal amount on each pizza. How many pounds of cheese do they put on each pizza? All right. So now, again, I'm gonna show you the pizza. So this is a 1/2. show you the pictures, right? One half like this. Show you, here I'm not just show you the procedurally, but I also show you the conceptual understanding. The picture I show to you is this conceptual understanding, is conceptual knowledge, okay? So this shows you one half of pizza. Does that make sense to you? Okay, and I wanna divide it by 3, right? Divide it by 3. So in this time, I wanna take a 1/2 pound of cheese and this much of cheese. I want to fairly share in three pizza, right? Fairly sharing. So each pizza can get how many? So procedurally, you can take a 1/2 times 1/3, right? So therefore, you will get how many? 1/6, right? Numerator times the numerator, denominator times the denominator. So therefore, we got a 6 for this, 1/6 for this. So therefore, this is a 1/6 for procedure. Now, what about conceptual understanding? Can you see 1/6? Because you want to divide it by 3, divided by 3, right? So here, this piece are divided by 3. So 1 and 2 and 3, right? So therefore, at each one, we got this much, you know. Each pizza got this much of cheese. So therefore, this is this much actually is 1 out of 6. Did you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? And then this is one of it. So 1 of 6. All right. Let's take a look. Next problem. Now a pizza is cut into slices that are each 1/6 of the whole. Now John is going to eat 1/2 of the whole pizza. How many slices will John eat, right? So in this example, I would take this John is going to eat 1/2 a whole pizza, right? And this pizza is, cut into how many slices? Cut into slices like 1/6 of whole, right? So therefore, this shows you 1/2 divided by 1/6, okay? Now 1/2, this is 1/2, makes sense to you? Yes. This is 1/6, makes sense to you? Yes, okay. So now, again, we want to answer the questions. How many 1/6 are there in 1/2? How many 1/6 are there in 1/2? How many of this much we can find in here, right? Okay. So therefore, you can see we do the procedurally. It is 1/2 times 1/6, which is equal 6 of 2, right? 6 out of 2, which is a 3 slice. So how many of this we can find yellow, right? How many blue we can find in yellow? So 1 and 2 and 3, right? So therefore, we have 1 slice, 2 slice, and 3 slice, right? This is how much, pizza John had. So John had 3 slices, right? And that's why you can see why a fraction divided by a fraction, and we got a whole number. And this whole number, we're looking for the how many, slice, which are how many groups, right? All right, so this is a problem, for another pizza problem. Did you get it? All right. Next problem. A pizza is cut into slices that are each 1/6 of the whole. Now, John is going to eat 1/2 of a whole pizza. And how many slices will John eat, right? Also, that is the same problem, we did that, you can see, we can see this, all right? Another type of problem. John is cutting into slices that are each 1/6 of a whole. Now 1/6 of whole. Now John is going to eat 1/2 of the whole pizza. And how many slices will John eat? All right. So this is a 1/6, shows you 1/6 like this, right? And then this is a 1/2, shows you 1/2, all right? John is going to eat 1/2 a whole pizza, right? Now, if you want to take a look at 1/6 times 2 over 1, which is 2/6. Now 2/6, which is 1/3. So this time we got a fraction. We got a fraction. So now you can take a look. We want to say how many this much we can find here. No, in how many this much we can find in here, right? Did you see the quantity? This one is bigger than the yellow one, is bigger than the blue one, right? So in this case, how many 1/6 can find in 1/2? You can see not even a whole. It is not even a whole. So therefore, is 1/3, right? I'm gonna go back to this. Okay. Now next problem, Stephen uses 1/2 a tofu in each serving of his famous tofu dish. And he has 1 1/2 of tofu. How many serving can Stephen make? All right. So I would take a 1 1/2 divided by 1/2. All right. This makes sense to you? This is 1 1 1/2. Makes sense to you? Yes. How about this one? 1/2. Makes sense to you? Yes. Now, makes sense to you? I'm gonna move on to next one. Again, we want to find it out procedurally, I'll change this into improper. So therefore I make it as a 3 out of 2. 3 out of 2 and divided by 1/2. So this one is 3 over 2. Did you see 1 and 2 and 3, right? And then this is 1/2 again for this, yes. Okay, now, again, we want to find out how many of this array, and we can find in blue, right? How many of this much we can find in blue, right? So we cut the same portion like this, then we can do the division. So how many 1/2 are there in 1 and 1/2, all right? So therefore, when procedurally, we have to change this word. We have to change this into multiplication, right? Times inverse. So therefore, and 2 we can cancel, right? So therefore, we got the 3, right? Got a 3. So now in this one, you can see the fraction divided fraction, we got a whole number, right? So why? Because we will answer the question, how many of the array we can find in blue, right? So we have how many of this much we can find here. That's 1, that's 2, and that's a 3, right? So that's why we have a 3 serving. All right, 3 serving. Let's take a look next problem. Next problem, Lisa has 4 1/2 hours available to teach in a night. And each lesson will last 1 1/2 hours. And how many lessons can the teacher schedule in a night? All right. So again, we take a 4 1/2 divided by 1 1/2. This show you 4 1/2. Makes sense to you? All right, good. Next one, this is 1 1/2. Makes sense to you? Okay, good. So again, I'm gonna answer the question. How many one and one half are there in 4 and 1 half? And how many of this much we can find here? How many of red we can find blue, right? Next, I'm gonna divide by same portion, then we can see the quantity, right? So actually, this one and 1 half, actually we can find 1 and 2 and 3 pieces like this, all right? So how much for this we can find here, all right? Take a look. So we take a procedurally, you want to invert and multiply. So 2 9 divided by 3 half, which is equal 9/2 times 2/3. And then next we can cancel 2 because the numerator and denominator, they have same number. So we just cancel this. And then what we got is how many? What we got is, we're counting 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, right? And that is 1 and 1 half, right? 1 and 2 and 3 like this. 1 and 2 and 3 like this. 1 and 2 and 3 like this. How many of this we can find? We have we have find three lessons. Okay, so the total lesson for a 9 would be 3 lessons. Okay. All right. I hope you thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And then if you have any questions, just send me an email. Thank you. Have a good day.